Hi guys, it's Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. This is the mid-year freak-out tag. Woohoo! I didn't do it last year for I don't know what reason. I'm doing it this year and I'm recording in the garden. And it's not supposed to rain today, but it actually feels like it's going to. So I'm hoping I can get through this in one take. So we're halfway through the year. Your next video I believe you're going to be seeing is my top 10 books of the year, or top books of the year so far. So some of these answers are going to give you certain clues for the video. So if you want to avoid spoilers, hold watching this until you've watched the top 10 video. Okay? So the prompts luckily the prompts for this, yes there's loads, but they are quick and easy ones to do. So hopefully this won't be a long video. So here goes. First, prompt number 1. Best book you've read so far this year. Well, I don't want to tell you the exact best book, but I will tell you one book that's on the list. I'm not telling you where it's on that top 10 list, but it is in the top 10 books of the year so far. And that is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I've already read this with Danny and I loved it. It was one of the best books I've read this year. It's really hit home with me. It's one that I can't seem to get out of my head. It's very hard hitting. I will talk about it more in my top 10 video, but it's safe to say this could actually answer the prompts for so many of the prompts in this video, because it literally gives you all the feels. But I'm not going to tell you which prompts, because that will give spoilers for the video. So yeah, that is definitely one of my favourites. Number 2, best sequel you've read this year. Well, I've read a lot of series, so I didn't think I wanted to do one that is part of a series, but one that I know is at the moment just a duet, and that is actually Yours Cheerfully by AJ Pearce. And I absolutely, completely, utterly love this. And this is actually, this would answer for another prompt as well. So, and that is, yeah, Yours Cheerfully is a brilliant, brilliant book. It's actually got, actually no it isn't, because it's a beautiful book, but I got it last year. And this is the sequel to Dear Mrs. Bird, which I read last year or the year before and absolutely loved. And this is absolutely incredible. It's centred around the lovely Henrietta it's centred around Emmeline Lake. And this is her story now. And she's just been stationed back in her boyfriend's been stationed back in the UK. And Emmy's best friend Bunting is still reading from the worst of the Blitz. And this is their journey. I read it at the start of the year and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was almost even better than the first book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So next one is new release you haven't read yet but from the new release you haven't read yet from the year but you want to read. And this is a book I got recently as my treat to myself because of everything that's been going on. I bought myself Forging into the Stars by Bridget Kemmerer, which is the start of a new series that she's written, and it's got basically we go back to Sile Shallow, but we're not centred around the people from the Cursebreaker series. We're centred around one of the sub characters, which was Tycho. Now I know he's in it, and this is, for so long Jax can't, magic has been banished from the kingdom for so long. Jax can't remember it. Now times are changing and magic has returned, but in the form of the Mage 5th king on the throne. But the magic won't save Jax or his best friend Callan when the tax collector comes calling. A newfound love, Jax and Callan are desperate enough to take a stranger's silver and to aid an anti-magical plot against the king, until Jax discovers feelings for the king's courier, handsome Lord Tycho, a man determined to discover who's conspiring against the throne. Suddenly Jax and Callan are embroiled in a world of shifting alliances, dangerous flirtations and age-old magic. Really looking forward to getting to this. I don't know whether to read it straight away in August or whether to read it in September. So I will make a decision soon. Now, so next one is prompt number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I've got loads of anticipated releases, but the two I picked are the second in the Amari and the Knight Brothers book, which is Amari and the Great Curse and the Great Game. But I also want Carrie Soto is back, which is the latest Taylor Jenkins Reid book. You all know I love Taylor Jenkins Reid book. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was one of my favourites of last year. Another one of her newest ones is in my top favourites of this year. So yeah, I can't wait to carry So to His back. I may actually buy it in hardback because I have got Malibu Rising in hardback, and I'm trying to kind of collect certain books by certain authors in certain different like paperback or hardback. So yeah, they're the ones I'm really looking forward to. And here we go, biggest disappointment of the year. I'm really sorry to say, but it is actually Young Mungo. I rated it 4 stars, but for me it really was too hard hitting and I didn't love it as much as I loved the other book. But the other one is actually going to be Ink Spell, which is the second in the Inkheart series. I loved Inkheart, but I didn't like Ink Spell. I've got Ink Death on my shelves and I want to clear it off because I've heard that's even worse. So I've got to get around to Ink Death. I want it off my shelves. I paid for it. I paid more money than I wanted to pay for it. So yeah, here we go. Biggest surprise of the year, and this is a good surprise, Shuggy Bay. I did not expect to love this as much as I did. I thought it was absolutely incredible, and yeah, it's in my top 10 of the year so far because it is so flipping good. It's hard hitting, but it's done in a way that I actually really enjoyed it still. I found it like a manageable book. So this was definitely a surprise. I thought I'd like it. I didn't realise how much I would love it and how it wouldn't shift out of my brain for the whole year. So here we go. I'm moving my other pile along so I don't reach too far. New favourite author. It's the lovely Heidi Swain. I've read so many of her books this year. I'm determined to get all of her books read because she's got a new one coming out. It's another new anticipated new release. So she has been a new favourite author. You all know that Paige Tooney is my favourite author of all time. But on the contemporary side, I've got others that I like. But Heidi Swain I love. And I really like her as a person because she comments on my Instagram stuff. I did a read along with her through tandem with this book, and I loved it. And she actually watches my videos as well. So hi Heidi for watching today. She's amazing, and her and Paige Tooney are just still going to be my joint favourite. They're going to be my favourites, but obviously Paige Tooney, I've read all of her books. So Heidi Swain, I will catch you up. I will read all your books, and I'm saving all her books as well now. I want to buy her selection of them all. Newest fictional crush, and that has got to be the sexy Quan Diep in The Heart Principle. What I love about him is he's not perfect, but he's amazing. He sounds sexy, but he's got a heart of gold, and he's in sort of, there's some things in here that twist it and make him more sexy because he knows that he's got like the weak spots, and he's just sounds gorgeous. And he's a motorcyclist, and I've got a thing about motorbikes. You know, Chris would never get a hint and get one. Actually, I can't imagine Chris on a motorbike. That'd be quite funny. But I do find motorbikes really sexy, so yeah. He's my fictional crush this year. Newest fictional character. Newest favourite character. And actually, this is going to surprise you all. But it's actually Percy Jackson from the Percy Jackson series. I love him. He is so hilarious. And he's not one that you would expect to be a new favourite character. But it's like YA, and it's compared to the series that we don't talk about. Because he's a normal kid going to school, playing basketball, skateboarding. Until he accidentally vaporised his maths teacher, and he's got some issues. He's a half blood. He's got some issues which makes him slightly flawed, but he's feisty. He fights for his friends. He loves his mum. He's a great character. He's funny as well as cheeky, and he as well as being like really strong and fiery at times. And he's just he really loves. He's great. And I can't love this series more. And I was like, do I keep this series? Because I've got the whole one. And now I'm actually really considering keeping it, which is very rare for me with series because I tend to give them away. But this series I'm going to keep because I think it will be a great one to reread. And I think when Mia gets a bit older, she will love it as well. So here we go. Turn over the page. Book that made you cry. And I am quite shocked to say this because this guy's books don't normally make me cry. They make me laugh. This is Royally Doris, and he has got bits. Obviously this was my beta read book, so it will be getting changed, but this book actually made me cry. It gave me all the emotions. It did make me laugh as well, but the predominant fact was for the first time ever he made me cry. But I can't tell you why because it will give spoilers to the book. But when Charlie releases this, you've all got to go get it. Bloody brilliant. Can't wait. For the first time ever, Charlie, you made me cry. You did make me laugh as well, but he genuinely made me cry proper tears. So that's that. Book that made you happy this year. I can't think of that. That was actually the hardest one to prompt. Because you know, like, a lot of books make me happy, but it was really hard to think because a lot of my books are sad books, so I felt guilty to say they made me happy. But actually, Saving Missy made me happy because Missy was so prickly and feisty, and her relationship with her young neighbour made me really happy, and the dog's in it, and it was so cute. It did make me cry as well. But it made me happy because it was great to see a really strong protagonist that's older and just amazing, and she's flawed and she's perfect, but she's got some real cheeky moments in this, so this actually did make me really happy. The most beautiful book you bought or received this year. I found this one hard as well, so I'm going to say the most beautiful book that I received this year was this, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackay. I got given this by the lovely Jackson's friend Brickjoy, who's one of my best friends. But I would say it's not just beautiful in the cover, but it's got the most beautiful sayings and writings in it, and I absolutely loved it. So that's that. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? I've got all my classics that I need to read by the end of the year, and I've still got quite a few of those. I'm having a real classics slump at the moment. I'm having a real slump with my classics. I'm not liking so many of them. But one that is on there that I'm definitely reading with Tori from Hufflepuff Discovery in Victober is Middlemarch by George Eliot. Now, I loved Silas Marner, and I've been told Middlemarch is really good. It's nearly 800 pages, so this will be read over the whole month, because otherwise it's going to kill me. But it does look really good. It's supposed to be a very hard-hitting. Oh, another one I'm going to be reading is Bleak House, which I'm reading over 2 months with Charlie from Charles Heathcote. Middlemarch is a complex tale of idealism, disillusion, popularity, I can't say the word, loyalty and frustrated love. This penetrating analysis of life in the English provincial town during the time of social unrest prior to the first Reform Bill is told through the lives of Dorothea Brooke and Tertius Lydgate, and includes a host of other I can't say these words, characters who eliminate the condition of English life in the mid-19th century. This looks really good. It's going to be hard-hitting, but I'm looking forward to it. Now, I'm not going to tag anyone because, to be honest, so many of my fellow booktubers are doing it. I know that if this video comes out after, I've got Jem from Gemma Books is doing it, Alice from Alice's Giant Bookshelf is doing it, I think my sister Charlie Brooks doing it, and I'm hoping that Charles Heathcote's going to do it. So I look forward to, they're all my friends, so if their videos come up, watch them, because they're all amazing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.